So it is my honor to welcome and interview Dr. Arun Kumar R. Sir, so Management Representative, Sri Sairam College of Engineering, Bangalore, on behalf of College Dunia. Welcome to College Dunia Interview Skills, sir. Sir, so how does the curriculum of Sri Sairam College of Engineering ensures the best practice of industry?
Okay. Good noon, Preeti. Thank you so much for the opportunity given on behalf of Sairam Institutions to College Dunia. Very glad interacting with you. Yes, we will go to the Q&A. So first question is about the curriculum, what you will ask us, right? Yes, Sairam College of Engineering, Bangalore is into existence since 1997. So initially we were affiliated with Bangalore University, and from 1998 onwards we have been affiliated with Visvesvaraya Technologies VTU, and we are still continuing the affiliation with VTU. So VTU is one of the top universities in the India, in fact in the world, right now, and they have been providing a wonderful syllabus, wonderful learning platform for the students, and the syllabus is very dynamic. The board of studies, the board of evaluation is very active and effective compared to all the other universities, because we have other institutions in our group which are affiliated to different universities. Comparatively, we see VTU is doing an excellent job in order to bridge the industry and the institution gap. And when it comes to Sairam specifically, we, other than following the VTU curriculum, we do understand, and we are practicing, outcome-based education. So we are also been accredited and we've been guided by statutory bodies. Not just that, and we ourselves personally, we are following outcome-based education. We have program outcomes, we have course outcomes for every course, for program-specific outcomes. So everywhere we have certain objectives which are very much related to the fulfillment of the requirement as well as for the career of the students. So wherever we find gap in the syllabus delivery, because there are some electives where the students tend to choose electives, we still feel there is a gap. Then we have a lot of other technical forums and co-curricular and curricular activities in our college which satisfies these requirements. We have technical associations, we have memberships in different professional societies. And above that, we strongly believe in skilling the student, because if a student wants a good career today, he has to be skilled. Degree we consider as passport, and the skill is what we consider as visa. And we are rendering a lot of certification programs for the students. So say artificial intelligence or machine learning or IoT, data science, whichever the domain the students are intended to complete their certification, we are providing platform. In fact, last semester we inducted an offline batch in our college for RPA, Robotic Process Automation, and the certification is directly given by Automation University. So it is almost like a job assured certification. All the students who have been completed the certification have been placed with the package minimum 4.5 to 8 lakhs per annum, salary package. So like this skill enhancement, skill development we do. And another interesting practice what we follow in our Sairam institution is extended learning. So once again, this is nothing to do with the curriculum, but we believe the exposure what we give in students is very important. So what we have done is we have a dedicated audiovisual hall after Sariam Visvesvaraya. We named it as Sariam AV Hall. So what we do there is there are a lot of documentaries, videos, and documentaries we are seeing every day, be it in National Geographic or be it in social media, like about the latest technology that is evolving and what are the current trends that is happening in the respective technologies, which is nowhere connected with the current curriculum. So weekly 2 hours we dedicate for every classes. So we bring them to the AV hall, we pick a topic which is very relevant to them and we play it, be it mega structures or mega factories, and lot of such documentaries will be played. Students will, we have students committee for that. They will choose the videos, they go and play that. And whichever the team of students they are presenting the video, after the video is completely run, they discuss about the topic. So if you ask me like why this is available in YouTube, this is been relayed in the DTH, why can't the students watch it there, why they have to see in the AV hall? Yes, you can ask that question, but how many of us or how many of the students will watch? So this, we are giving them an opportunity within the working frame that they can see these videos, they can understand. See, we cannot arrange an industrial visit to Ferrari factory. I can show it in my AV hall in 2 hours, like how a Ferrari manufactures the factory, what is the rate of production, what is the technology, everything. So if the student, if you ask me like whether the student will voluntarily go and see, that I doubt, like only 10% of students may see. Now I'm giving opportunity for all the 100 students, 100% of the students to make utilization of the same. Like this, lot of best practices we have been inculcating in the students. So that is something really helping us to achieve our objectives or outcomes what we are looking forward from curriculum delivery.
Right. So, sir, any insight into how your college could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic background?
The first thing I would say is, so we are located in Bangalore. Bangalore is a land of cosmopolitan. Right? It's a cosmopolitan city. Like we have people from different part of the country who are living with harmony. And Sairam is not lesser than that. Not only in Bangalore, in all our group of institutions. See, our chairman is a visionary. He's a philanthropist. He was running a lot of businesses, before we stepped into this education sector. But he chose to remain in the education sector because this is a very noble profession. Like what he believed is, once we educate the student, it's not only he is getting to the next level, his complete family, and not just his family, the complete successors of their family, the complete generation is being lifted to the next level. That's what he believed in. And he chose, this is the field I have to expand and I have to do the best. So that's what the vision he had. And that's what has been followed. And we do not have any political background, the management. We do not have any religious, background. So it has been done by a true Indian patriot. So we have students right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We have Kashmir students because we have a PM Plus scheme, like Prime Minister Special Scholarship Scheme, where Prime Minister sponsored students are studying in our college from Kashmir, and we have students and staff from Kanyakumari. We have students from Assam. We have students from Gujarat. So every part of the country, the students are here, and multi-diversity you can see. That's the kind of environment, and also we are ensuring this harmony is in place in the campus, and we have anti-sexual harassment committee, internal complaints committee, and what else? Anti-ragging committee. So maintain the discipline and the safety of the students in the campus. And the students are having a wonderful time, and we believe in providing a balanced campus life for the students. So definitely, this is going to be great experience for students whoever has come and whoever is coming to college for their education.
Great, sir. So what do you think your roles and responsibility to the college and the students are?
My roles and responsibility goes, as I said, I'm representing my top management. So I'll be reporting to my top management, to my chairman directly. And he is our chairman is Sai Prakash Leomuthu, son of our founder, Sri MJF Lion Leomuthu. And he's been an extremely inspiring person for his age. So he is extremely matured, and the vision, what he is carrying, and the values, what he is carrying from our founder, is something highly appreciable. So, what is the question? Sorry.
So, what is your, what do you think your roles and responsibility to the college?
My responsibility is mainly to, deploy the visions and strategies and the objectives of our chairman. So it is my primary duty in the campus to make sure that the students and staff members are living in harmony. And this is something, a role which we need to keep them inspiring, keep them moving, whatever the hardships we face. So we cannot show it on them, or we cannot put it on them, and we have to keep them going. So as a leadership role, this is very encouraging for me, because a lot of students we interact, and a lot of parents they will come and discuss. They will come and discuss their problem. They will share their joy, and they will share their success stories. This is really very inspiring. And what other profession you get paid for getting this kind of satisfaction? So, and we have to really keep them pioneered in all ways. That's what our chairman says. Like, whatever we are doing here, we are pioneering. And we cannot rest here. Like, if you rest here for another 1 year or 2 years, people who are following you, they will also be your competitors. They will be standing next to you. So you have to keep going, right? Before they reach this, destination, you have to be ahead of this. That's what he keeps saying. And he does a lot of brainstorming in this area, and a lot of best practices he keeps introducing. It's our responsibility to make sure that has been completely, disseminated here, and it is taking place. And when it comes to students, as I said, they are the future citizens or the present citizens of our country. And as mentioned in the mission statement, it is for the betterment of the mankind and the society we are leaving behind. So we have to ensure that they are successful in all means. They are believing Sairam, they are coming and joining here. So we have to provide them, the necessary all support, all kind of supports, and we have to ensure that the students are coming out successfully with a great career out of SIRAM. So this we consider as one of the main responsibilities for us. Apart from that, there are a lot of auxiliary responsibilities that we will handle it from time to time.
So what do you think should be the college's top priority over the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, yes, madam, like as we discussed in the beginning, it's all the skilling. So skilling the student is the key today. The interview pattern also, if you see previously, the more focus was given on aptitude as well as the verbal or the communication skills. Now a decade back, now nobody is asking or nobody is worried about their their academic CGPA, because many companies, top companies like Zoho, Amazon, many companies, Paytm, like they have relaxed their eligibility criteria. Nobody is asking, this is the CGPA I want, this is the number of standing areas. This is because 0.01, if the students were less, they were disqualified previously from the interview. But they are not looking for that. All they need is skill. Whether the student is billable from the day one, whether he can deliver a good job, whether he can work under pressure. Like there are few companies for recruiting one student for their team, the entire team comes in a TT. They come in a TT, they conduct the interview on the machine, they give very dynamic environment, they put into 3 or 4 levels of interview. If they are successful, only then they are recruiting, and they are paying high. Previously for placement, average pay package would be somewhere around 3.5 or 3.8. So today, starting package is starting around 8 lakhs per annum. So that is the extent of pay package the students have been given. So skilling is the key. So for skilling the students, we have taken a lot of initiatives, and we have 3 or 4 important roles in our college. One is mentor for a faculty. The faculty is having 4 different roles. One is mentor. Mentor is responsibility of all the faculty mentorship. Like every faculty is given 10 to 15 students, and they are like parents or guardians for them in the institution in a professional way. And they will be closely following up. They are closely monitoring the students about their progress, and wherever they think they are doing all these corrections and all necessary actions they are taking in order to make them successful. That's the role of the mentor. And we have placement facilitators. Placement facilitators for the department is a placement officer for the department. So placement officer for the institution is someone, and placement officer for the department who is responsible for taking care of the development of the student profile building and getting them placed. So it's their responsibility to get them placed. So he is a person who is responsible for placements in the department. And the next comes very, very important and interesting 2 responsibilities. One is innovators. SIRAM innovators are the one who we have deployed exclusively to encourage the students to work more on projects. So project-based learning is something very interesting in SIRAM. This concept we introduced in 2015, and we are highly successful. And be it any national, international events or hackathon, our students are getting the first place, and this is the reason. So we don't we don't wait for the students to get into final year, or we don't make teams from same department. So we have opened the bar, we have opened the gates. Student from a first year, the mechanical engineering can collaborate with final year computer science students, and they can come out with a project. We don't worry about the scale of the project also. So let it be any simple project, let it be any science project, but students have to work on projects. So we have innovation centers open 24/7, and students have given the permission to work around the clock, and they have been participating in various national level international competition. And innovators are the facilitators for this kind of activities, and there is one innovator for every department. And then comes another interesting responsibility in our institution: talent enablers. So talent enablers, as I said, I'm coming to the point here, the skill set, what is needed for the respective discipline students. So we have 4 disciplines: computer science, electronics, electrical, mechanical. So whichever discipline, whatever the skill is on demand for them, they will identify, they will start training the student right from first year. And when it comes to final year, so pre-final year, we ensure that the student is getting at least one certification in the respective domain where he is working. Like as I said, we have tied up with Coursera, we have tied up with EDX, we have tied up with Udemy, and we are proud members of NASSCOM, and we have bought this NASSCOM Future Skills by EdCast portal to us, where self-learning can happen. We are providing the platform to the students, and the students can do a lot of certifications directly from the industry, or they can get it from very reputed international universities. And in fact, SIRAM is holding a record. Book of Records recently they have announced SIRAM is the institution which has completed, the students and staff members have completed almost close to 1 lakh learning hours on Coursera platform. With the Sairam Institution, we have 6,000 plus students, and 6,000 plus students for almost 1 lakh of learning house they have completed, and almost 2,65,000 courses they have completed. So we have entered officially into Book of Records. So this kind of initiative, talent enablers role is very important. So skilling the student is the key. So that's what I would say. Next 10 years, the lot of focus is needed on the emerging area, emerging technologies, be it AI, ML, because the complete technology is going in automatic. Because there is always a reservation in core branch students. If you see electrical students or mechanical students, they will be little hesitant to learn coding, programming and stuff. And they say that I'm from mechanical, why should I learn coding? We have been creating this awareness. We are saying that like coding is no more a skill that is required only for computer science engineers. So it is a basic arithmetic kind of skill. Like mathematical skill is very much necessary for all the school children. Like that, if you are an undergraduate professional, this coding is also an essential skill for you today, and you have to learn it irrespective of which domain or discipline you belong to. So we are giving special training with the help of talented members in Python, in Java, and all these programs we are providing coding skills also for all these non-IT students as well. So skilling is the key, and this is the area where everybody have to focus, and we are rigorously working in this segment.
So what do you see as Sairam College's greatest strength?
Greatest strength is our faculty, is what we would say. And obviously the foundation is our management, our chairman, and because academically, really the kind of freedom what has been given here is absolutely, nobody can get in any other institution. So he always encourages whoever is coming out with an innovative idea, whoever is coming up some new concepts, best practices, without second thought, we will implement or adopt in our institution. So thanks to our management. And as I said, the major strength we will, from the management, we would really recognize and appreciate our faculty's contribution, because students, they come here, stay 4 years, and all the achievements are because of the students. Whatever we are today are because of students, but who are molding the students, who are guiding the students in that way is definitely our faculty. So we consider faculty as one of our biggest strength of Sairam College. And the retention, if you see, almost the average experience of our faculty would be around 12 years in our college. Most of them are with us for quite a long time, and the periodic upskilling also they are doing. So now AICTE has brought in a policy that every faculty have to reskill themselves, and so we are doing this regularly. Even before all these regulations are imposed on us, we are doing it. So faculty is one of our major strengths, and openness to all these new ideas and adopting all best practices by our top management is another greatest strength. Otherwise, if our management is focusing only on results, then definitely we cannot explore so much in the skill segment or in the placement arena or in the project segment also. So we are doing this because our management is opening up the way, and our faculty members are utilizing the opportunities in the right way, and they are making the best out of it. So I think this, I would say, as a major strength for us.
So any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
I would say it's not my statement. I would rather quote my CEO's statement. I wish the students to stay alive. Alive in the sense, so A stands for aspire. Aspiring and aspire and achieve. A for aspire and achieve. L for learn and lead. I for innovate and improve. V for values and virtues, and E for entrepreneurship and empowerment. So this is what we teach or we preach our students in our campus. So this is what would be my message. Stay open, stay hungry, look out for opportunities. So that's what I keep saying for the first year students also. Don't think that if you see a poster where they're inviting papers or where they're inviting projects, don't think that, okay, papers are meant for second year students or projects are meant for final year students. It's open for everyone. So it's all up to you how we are going to grab the opportunity and come out in flying colors. In fact, one of our girl students has got Google's Women Engineer Scholarship. Almost 2 lakh scholarship she has got from Google, and she is undergoing a global certification. And during vacations, she is pursuing it in IIT Hyderabad. And probably, if everything goes well, she will get an internship in Google and subsequently a placement also in Google. And believe me, the student has cracked it in the level of first year. A girl student. First year student, 7 levels of Python programming test they have cleared and interview she has cleared. and she has got into this scholarship program. This is a very prestigious moment for us. So there is no bad or there is no any good time to start anything. So any time is a good time, and so that's why we keep our innovation center also 24/7. So students sleep there. They sleep on the beat bag. They work round the clock whenever the competitions are near. So this is what the message I would like to say to you.
Awesome, sir. So thanks, sir. Thanks for your time and insightful thoughts on education, sir. It gave us a broad picture about what students can expect from the college and the course, also what is expected from the students to join Sri Sairam College of Engineering, Bangalore. Wishing you a great year ahead, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Preeti, as well as College Dunia, for recognizing us and for taking your time in interacting with us all. So my greetings, festival greetings, as well as my best wishes to you as well as your team. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.